Welcome. I'm Adam Miller, a consultant with the Art of Applying and a graduate of the University of Virginia's Darden School of Business. Today we've got a question in our Q&A vault about how to fund your studies to public policy schools. And so let's take a look. This person has two questions and we've got two answers. So they write in, the first one is about the University of Chicago's MPP program at the Harris School. And they say, the Chicago application system asked me to state how I would finance my MPP degree for 2 years if I got no fellowship or scholarships awarded to me either by Chicago or external resources. My plan for this section is to simply state separately the dollar amount I would be able to self-fund each year of the 2 years, and on the other hand, the dollar amount I would need to take out as loans. Is this an acceptable approach? And both of our answers are going to be coming from our founder and CEO, Kenesha Grayson. And she says, yep, that's exactly what you should do. Nothing more complicated than that. Just tell them how much you can pay and tell them where you would take out some loans. The second question is about Columbia and their MPA program. They say that the application system here asks to state how much money you have currently saved to fund the overall MPA program. I am planning on answering this question quite honestly. For example, I have saved a bit, but nowhere near enough to fund the entire thing. So please let me know what you think of this strategy. And again, Kenesha responds with, yes, this is what I would recommend. Basically, schools want to make sure they aren't about to admit a bunch of people who will all require nearly full rides in order to attend. They don't penalize you, though, for not having the full amount saved up. And all they really want here is clarity as they compose the incoming class of who needs what. So what you want to do here is just be honest, right? There's no need to game the system. You should not lie and say that you have more money because that will not increase your chances of admission. And don't lie on the other end and say that you're completely broke if you're not, because then they'll be worried about too many people who need money. And in both these cases, it may come back to haunt you if they find out that you either have more or have less than you actually said. Because I remember actually when I applied, this is not true for business schools, or at least not when I was admitted to Darden, that they didn't ask this question up front, but they did on the back end ask, how much I had in various types of accounts, right? How much did I have in liquid assets? And I think that was just really for them to be able to know how much need-based was occurring and whether or not they should consider folks maybe for scholarships that they had potentially overlooked as they were deciding who was admitted. So again, don't game the system on any of this. Just tell them how much you have set aside and tell them where you would have some gaps. So that is it for today's question about policy schools and funding them and explaining to the schools how you're planning on funding them. Hopefully you found this informational and a little bit informative. If you want any help getting into the graduate school of your dreams, please don't hesitate to reach out to us at theartofapplying.com. Thanks.